Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So I'm here with the only man in the history of boxing that has fought both Shawn Porter and Errol Spence. Phil LaGreco, and he is the horse whisperer, the only expert, the only man that can give you basically the best prediction on the fight. And also, we want to talk about his career and where he's going and what's next, man. How you feel, man?
I feel great. And I feel honestly blessed.
Hey, it's Carabana weekend in Toronto. Why you at home?
Oh, I'm just gonna speak of barbershop conversation. My own private barber. My wife was giving me a haircut.
I know that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. I called him 5 minutes ago, and he's like, "Hold up, I'm getting my haircut." But
yes, sir.
Let's dive right into it. We spoke briefly yesterday about the Amir Khan fight, and you said you want to speak passionately about this because of what's transpired the last 2 weeks in boxing.
Well, you know what? It's no secret. Boxing is a very dangerous sport, and you know the fact that the fans demand to see fast, and I get that they want to get excited, but when it comes to mental health and when it comes to having brain trauma, the fans are not there to see what's going on behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. As for me, for example, I suffered a concussion in summer 2017.
How did you get the concussion?
Sparring.
Okay.
I was trying to weight. I was fighting a tuna fight in my hometown against a journeyman,
mm-hmm.
and it was 2 weeks before the fight, and I was struggling to make the weight, and I was weighing all those garbage stuff to sweat, and like, let me jump a few rounds and spar. And it's not like I got hit with a big shot either. It was just like it was one of those 1 in a million chances at the right time, right thing.
Yeah.
It was on top of the head. And I was fine. I got out the ring. I'm like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden, I was feeling dizzy like a motherfucker. I was like, what the heck is going on? I'm so drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe it's the weight.
Sure.
Then I was trying to run. I couldn't see. Then I went to the doctor. I have doctor records. I went to the doctor. I was complaining that my eyes are blurry.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and the tests they can't identify. If you take an MRI, it cannot detect if you had a concussion or not. Everything, MRIs. This was 2 weeks before the fight. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I'll fight. I knew something was wrong. I fought with a concussion. And then the concussion lasted, the post-concussion syndrome lasted all the way through, I would say, maybe a few months ago.
Wow.
So I went to the fight. My last 2 fights were with severe problems
mm-hmm.
with concussion syndromes.
Jesus Roller and Amir Khan, correct?
When I got ready for Amir Khan, believe it or not, the reason why I was wearing sunglasses at the press conference was because the light was bothering me. It wasn't because I was trying to be stylish.
Mm-hmm.
The light was bothering me so much, and I have my eyeball. I'm getting eye surgery in October because from the concussion, I developed strombimulus, it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So strombimulus, and actually one of the photographers, paparazzi, took a picture because I went through the water. My glasses came off, and the paparazzi took pictures, and one of them came on. I'm like, oh shit! I hope this doesn't leak. So what I'm trying to say is this: the moral of the story is this: I played with fire myself.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been in those situations. I could have been in the hospital. Who knows what could have happened? We learned a lot from Don Stevenson's situation in the past couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So to take the sport, besides taking it seriously, it's very important that you check your health. And I didn't belong in the ring over the last 2 years and a half. So
mm-hmm.
I took a long break. I'm well rested ever since the fight. I took a year and a half without doing nothing to see if I can heal myself, and I did. And I can relate to the fact that there was rumors going around saying that Anthony Joshua suffered a concussion during the sparring.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're going with a concussion, let me tell you something, you got to get hit by big shots to fall down.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. I mean, when I got dropped, they were not big shots. When I think Joshua got dropped. They were not really big shots. He was getting tagged and he was falling down like a fly. So the moral of the story is, you know what? I think we have to definitely take care of ourselves first and better. Stop trying to please the fans. And fans have to understand that this sport is no joke.
Sure.
No joke whatsoever. So that's in a nutshell what's been going on. Other than that, I'm working on a few other things on my own YouTube channel and stuff. But we're here to talk about Speds and Porter. Shoot away.
But let's plug your YouTube channel, Culinary Fighter. I'm subscribed to the channel. He gives his own unique, one of the few YouTube channels that's actually been in the ring as a professional and actually a very good professional, you know. So I want everyone to go subscribe to Culinary Fighter on YouTube, and he's in T-Dot right now. He's supposed to be at Caravana, but he's giving us some of his time, man. So we genuinely appreciate that, man.
I just had a newborn for a few months. How can I go party when I got to take care of my family first, man?
Okay, I respect that. Before we get into that, are you plan on making a comeback?
You know what? I'll be honest. I weighed 199 pounds a couple months ago. And I'm like, fuck, I better not see that 200. So I started, because I really wanted the body to rest, the mind to heal, to say, I want to feel 100%. Now that I feel well rested and well recovered, if I make the weight and I can lose the weight without suffering, 154, I want to fight again. Obviously, I would have to take the steps again, probably get a win, and then call somebody out, maybe call Sam Watson, if he could line something up for me. I don't want to count it up, but I'm inspired. Actually, the first day I went to the gym, after a year and a half, I said, fuck it. Fuck the bag, fuck the skipping rope. Let me put the gloves on, let's sparring. I started sparring off the bat.
How many rounds?
I think it was like 6 rounds.
Oh, you only fought really 3, because I know them last 3. You're like, holy shit! At 199 pounds, you carried that weight, Jesus.
You know what? I'm feeling like good, strong. Obviously, it's not the weight that but I feel strong as a bull. The confidence. You know, I was killing myself making this welterweight division. I think that it comes also with having mental issues with the weight definitely drains a lot. Like, you know, I killed myself making the weight for almost 15 years, this stupid welterweight division. I believe fighters believe and trust yourself, and that's what I should have been. I should have been at 154 pounds maybe 4 years ago.
Wow.
The last 4 years. Trust yourself. Don't listen to the people, try to have that body edge. Yeah, I look good externally, but not internally. I was horrible internally. Externally, Phil's big, he's ripped. No, trust yourself. Trust yourself. That's what I will say to a fighter. Trust yourself. Obviously, don't go with a belly. If you got a belly, you know you got to lose weight. But if you're in a decent weight and you're sparring good, and you know you don't carry fat, don't kill yourself. No.
So those last 7 pounds are like hell to pay, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't eat. I didn't drink much. Like, I always been a very, very moody type of person. When you take food away from me, like, I would believe food was my kryptonite in boxing, big time. I could never discipline myself to a diet. You get me to eat whatever I want. I go to the gym happy. You would spar great. You would, work out good. You get me to the gym. Me knowing the fact that I cannot eat my favorite meal at the end of the workout, I'm a fucking miserable motherfucker.
So,
and I've been like that all the time.
Oh, really? So, how did you cut?
Yeah.
How did you cut the weight the last phase? Did you just not eat?
Honestly,
stay in the sauna.
I'll be honest. I don't remember much about that. Again, post-concussion syndrome. I don't remember much about my last training camp con that I had in Vegas. I remember bits and pieces. I remember for sure I did a lot of fucking running. Like, I had the trainer, I had Fernando Norhe. They used to take me running all the time. It was a lot of cardio. I used to warm up for 45 minutes before I start shadow boxing with the creams and all that stuff, and just big of massive sweats. Yeah, I sacrificed. Let's not kid ourselves. But how did I didn't sacrifice myself with pleasure. I sacrificed myself with a lot of hate because I didn't know. Mentally, I was confused. I think you and I met. No, you and I met last year. The Pacquiao fight. Or was it this year? This year.
This year, Pacquiao Broner.
Yeah, I was just slightly getting over my mental confusion. I was just slightly feeling again like myself. And I'm telling you, I don't wish this upon my worst enemy. Like, concussions are for real. Like, don't take this stuff for granted. If you have something, if you don't feel good, take care of yourself. Because you know what? Fighting your ass off for cheers, and then the fans are not there to see exactly what happens to you after the fight. All the problems that you're gonna cause your body, your mind, all the stuff. Yeah, I get it. Who doesn't want to see an exciting fight? But you know what? Floyd said the best: hit and don't get hit. Why gotta take this punishment for what? You know, I gotta respect. They're not the most pleasing fighters to watch for the average fan, but for the sweet science fan, those fights, these type of boxers, is like music to your ears.
Facts. Now, before we go forward, Culinary Fighter on YouTube, go hit the subscribe button. Go follow Phil LaGreco, and we're going to dive right into it. We'll go in sequential order. You and Shawn Porter fought about 4 or 5 years ago, yeah? And let's talk about that camp and your preparation for Shawn Porter. Like, what did you think of Shawn Porter as a fighter going into that?
Honestly, we were both undefeated. I was 25-0. I think it was 22-0, something like that. And back then they were saying whoever wins this fight is going to go far in the welterweight divisions. And there were a lot of naysayers saying, no way, I don't see this happening. These guys are there, don't belong at that level, blah, blah, blah. Well, it was true. The rumors, and it was definitely a known fact. So when I got ready for Shawn Porter, I believe, first of all, I didn't like that he was shorter than me. I like fighting taller guys. I don't like this with shorter guys. It's not my favorite thing to get in the ring with. So with Shawn Porter, I sparred a lot. I was, I think, he was the only guy that actually didn't push me, like, he wasn't pushing the action. I was trying to push the action more to him, but he was going along the ring because I was always been a pressure fighter back then. And I was getting, like, to the point where I just stood in the middle of the ring. I'm like, okay, are we going to throw punches or what? But he was busier than me. He threw a lot more punches than me. He wanted it more than me. He was more hungry than me. And it was just too bad that it went his way and not my way. But I'm extremely proud of him. I call him a friend, him and his father. I know him pretty well. We sparred, actually. After the fight, we sparred 2 years later.
Wow.
Because it's actually on YouTube. Go look it up.
I will.
You guys be the judge. But we sparred a few times because when I came back, because after the fight with him, I took time off a couple years. And then I started to come back, and then I was speaking to Sam, and then he convinced me to come back, and I saw Shawn and his father. He goes, hey man, welcome back. If you need help, let me know. I was like, yeah, for sure. So I was sparring with him all the time on my comeback trail. So he was a good friend, and he's done extremely well. And the fact that I shared the room with him, it's an honor.
What are some of his strengths and weaknesses?
For Shawn Porter, I think some of the strengths are he does have a take no prisoner attitude in the ring. He doesn't care. Like, he'll come at you any way he can. He'll come at you with all these awkward angles. He'll come at you with just throwing blazing punches. And I remember all of his punches that he was trying to throw, they were hard. They were not like, he wasn't like doing, touch, and then boom, 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 2, 3 shots hard after. Everything was hard from the first punch to the last punch of the fight. So I believe his weakness is this: he does waste a lot of energy in the ring, where I think he could manage his energy much better. That's his weakness, I believe. He could manage his energy much better because it's like managing money, your energy in the ring.
Oh, okay.
It's how you manage your time. So he should manage his energy better instead of, because he does. Sometimes I see he does things that waste so much energy that there's no need to do.
Yeah, like I was watching your fight before I called you, and yesterday, he should use more half steps instead of using the entire ring. You know what I mean? Is that what you're referring to?
Repeat that again, please.
Like instead of circling the ring, he should take half steps.
Yeah, exactly.
Turn them. You know what I mean? I watched the Ugas fight and I rewatched your fight last night, and I said, yeah, he does waste a lot of energy, and but he leans on his conditioning a lot too. I believe he 100% believes in his ability to. We'll get him back 1 second, guys. All right, we're back. We're back. Culinary Fighter on YouTube. Go subscribe to Phil Greco's channel. And I was saying that he trusts his ability to weather anything in terms of conditioning. He's a hard worker. How would you?
He's extremely. Yeah.
No, I would say, how would you rate his power?
His power, I believe, was like, he was hitting me with everything possible, and it was like a thumping punches. They were like, they were hard, they were crisp, but he would push a lot. He would that's what I remember, because when I would have my hands up, I would measure his punch power to see, okay, can he hit or not? Yeah, he could hit, but it was like a lot of pushing. Like his punches were pushing. Fast, crisp, hard, but a little bit of a push. That's what I remember from the fight. But yeah, he's there.
How about his technical? How about his technical skills? Technically, how would you rate him technically? And I'm asking you the same questions about Errol Spence moving forward.
Well, let's be honest together. Is he a textbook fighter? Absolutely not. Okay. He throws punches from different angles, weird angles you haven't seen before. Technically, he's not technically sound. Let's just put it that way. I don't see him throwing proper textbook jabs, proper textbook right hands. I don't see that. What I see is a guy. I see your typical hard worker, low lower skill type of guy. So that's what I see. Okay. And that's what I witness.
If you could rematch him, how would you defeat Shawn Porter?
How would I defeat Shawn Porter if I could rematch him? Well, experience is definitely something that I have also on my side. Definitely when because he likes to engage right away. Instead of trying to go to the head, go downstairs to the body as he comes in. So as he comes in, duck, bend the knees a little bit more, and then throw some uppercuts to the body. And so that's what I was doing in sparring. Because instead of me, because he's the shorter guy, and taller guys have the tendency to always headhunt the shorter. Yeah. What? Short guys, here's the tip. Short guys don't like it to the body. So, throw more body shots. More body blows and slow him down, because he definitely has a lot of gas.
Oh, he has a lot of gas. He's definitely in shape, for sure. Now, let's fast forward to two fights. 2 fights from there, you actually fought Errol Spence, right?
Right.
And I was there at the fight. Talk about your preparation for Errol Spence, because I think it's quite interesting.
Okay. Well, let me be blunt as I always am. I hate when people say "to be honest." Because to be honest is the most overused word, and if you're saying "to be honest," basically you were lying.
You were lying the whole time. Exactly. Exactly.
So to be real, as I always am.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually, and it's too bad. It is too bad because that was the best shape that I ever been in my life. I was in Vegas about 2.5 months. I was waiting for that call to get the time from to get ready for my next fight. Well, usually you have about 6 weeks, 7 weeks, whatever. And I remember Tim Bradley was fighting Jesse Vargas. Jesse's also a friend of mine, and he's like, "Look, would you come spar?" I said, "Yeah, of course." Now, I was sparring up in Mount Charleston. 2 rounds max, 3 rounds max, and then I would just do my workout. And then the days that I wasn't sparring, to Vegas, to the boxing gym, and just do my typical workout. But I was in great shape. I believe if I had, well, let me rewind it back. So I get the call. It was a Thursday. Morning. Sam calls me. He called me and he's all panicky. He's like, "How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh?" And I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know. Like one. I knew something was up, so I lied with my weight." So I gave him I think I said 159 or some stuff like that. It's okay, I'll call you back. He calls me back, then calls me without. Anyways, we agreed to make the weight for 150. This was a Thursday. So let's say you call me today. Tomorrow I gotta go do the weight. Now I go check the scale, and I'm like 165, something like that. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna lose 15 pounds? I told these guys I was gonna make 150. How am I gonna lose 15 pounds in a matter of a day? So I tried. I flew down everybody I can that can help me, memorabilia, and he helped me. And then I got to the point where I was like 154. And I said, "Guys, if you guys want to kill me, kill me. I can't make the weight. The best I can do is 152. You guys know, everyone knows I'm having trouble making weight. I only had 24 hours for this. You guys want to kill me? Throw me in the sun and just put me for dead. And then when I'm 150, like, just throw me the scale. Just grab me." Like, no. Errol said, "No worries. Just be 152. I said, "All right, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it."
So you got the fight. So you got the call the day before the weigh-in.
The day before the weigh-in, yeah.
I remember that weigh-in. You had jean shorts on, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right?
Yeah, I was the good-looking guy.
I remember that weigh-in. And so the weigh-in is Friday. You got the call Wednesday night to go fight Errol Spence.
No, absolutely not. Thursday morning.
Wait, time out. Thursday morning? Who pulled out of that fight? Who pulled out?
Garcia, the guy that...
Roberto Garcia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the second... He did that to a couple of people at WBC. I mean, for the PBC. Yeah, I remember that now. I genuinely remember that. So Thursday morning, you were 165. You lost 13 pounds in 24 hours.
Yeah. So basically, I flew down memorabilia from Florida the day of the weigh-in. He got in the next day. So... And then I was like so dehydrated the night of Thursday night, fucking hallucinating. I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, what the fuck did I get myself into? That's but I'm glad I did. It was I used it for a mental edge. I'm like, if I can overcome this situation, there's nothing they can put me on where it's gonna make me uncomfortable. So,
what are some symptoms of dehydration that we can see?
The symptoms where you think, first of all, everything that you see in the restaurant or in the grocery store, you think you could eat it all. No problem. Oh, yeah, I could eat this, I could eat that. But realistically, your stomach shrunk so much that as soon as you eat an apple, you're full.
Wow.
And you're bitchy, especially when you're thirsty. I mean, when you're thirsty, and I'm thirsty all the time when I'm dehydrated, you become super bitchy. Like, everything bothers you. You're very on edge. Like, you always think, if somebody says something, you think they're out there to get you. Like, it's a weird feeling, man. I don't wish it upon people, but it's a weird. That was the worst feeling I had because I dropped it in one shot, and but it's a shame because that was actually the best I was. If I had 2 weeks, at least 2-3 weeks, let's just say, I would have went the distance with Spence. Would I have beat him? Probably not, because I was still coming back after a 2-year layoff. So, and I actually won the first 2 rounds on the scorecard, or the first round of the scorecard.
You definitely won the first round. You definitely won the first round.
You know what I mean? And I hit him with some shots, but again, it was on 2-day notice. So I'm happy that he's gone this far. I told you the body shots bothered me more than the head shot. The head shots I didn't really feel because I was so wired. But it was the body shots that definitely took a toll. But I wasn't going to go down because of a body shot and just, the referee stopped the fight. I was on my feet. I mean, but again, was it the right thing to do for take such big punishment for a 2-day notice fight? Can you imagine if I would have lasted 10 rounds taking a beating? What could happen to my mental, my mental health, my physical health? Again, and now that I went through this, I think about this stuff. You guys to think about.
Wow. We're on the phone with Phil Greco, culinary fighter. We using this WhatsApp app, so sometimes we get disconnected. He's back right now. Talk about his strengths. Talk about some of his strengths, or all his strengths.
Okay, he's patient. I remember he was patient with me. His strengths are he does throw great body shots. Not good, but great body shots. When was the last time you seen a southpaw that will throw great, crisp body shots? Maybe Pernell Whitaker, he was a good body puncher. He was a southpaw. But not a great southpaws that throw great body shots with both hands. And that's what he has. He has also chin. I was skeptic about his chin because he wasn't tested. And when I seen the way he fought Kell Brook hit him right on the clock many times. And Errol just kept coming. He kept coming. He's like, okay, I got you, motherfucker. Sooner or later, I'm going to get you. So here's the whole package. The only thing that worries me, and I got to give it on the edge, Shawn looks in shape already. Shawn looks like he's going to climatize to his weight and just stay around, 8-9 pounds overweight the whole time. Most fans looks like he's at least 30 pounds overweight. I hope that the weight is not an issue. I want to see a good fight.
Gotcha. So his only weakness is the fact that you think that he gains too much weight in between fights.
He's like me.
How about from a technical standpoint? Same question I asked you about Shawn. From a technical standpoint, how would you rate him?
Technically, Errol Spence is usually most punchers are squared up. Errol isn't. He's not a square. You can see he puts his shoulder forward, his left shoulder back. He's not squared up. So technically, perfectly. I like the way his hands and his defense. He has his hands down properly. Technically.
He must be running around. He moving around in his house. Culinary fighter on YouTube, Phil Greco. He's back. The only fighter to ever face Errol Spence and Shawn Porter. So he's the expert. I just have opinions. Go ahead. Continue.
So yeah, technically he does everything from like a textbook, Errol Spence.
And
I mean, Shawn Porter's all over the place, technically. So
how would you?
He's got the rollover skill, and Errol Spence has got skill and will because he proved it. For me, he proved it against Kell Brook.
How would you rate his power, Errol Spence's power?
I'll be honest. and that's the word I'm using again, that we should never use, to be honest. Basically, I was lying the whole time. To be real, as I always am, I didn't feel the headshots. I'm being honest. I'm being completely transparent. The body shots were the ones that were bothering me. Because another thing is that my adrenaline was so high that day.
Do you drink coffee before the fights, or like espresso or something?
Do I what?
Do you drink coffee or espresso before the fight?
Yes, I do.
Oh, because I can totally tell. I can tell you, man. You like an Energizer bunny, man. You be all over the place. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, you know, it's an Italian thing. You know, have an espresso even before the gym. If you have a good old Italian espresso, a double shot, it'll give you a nice kick for sure. Okay. But it was just, you know, the adrenaline was so high because, you know, all of a sudden from Wednesday there were no posters of me in the MGM, and then within 24 hours they were everywhere. Slot machines up in the ceilings. I mean, it was a good high, and I didn't want to let this opportunity get away. But obviously, in 2 days, and you're fighting a southpaw, who are we kidding, right? So that's pretty much in a nutshell my experience with these two guys. My prediction.
Wait, no, before you give your prediction. No. Before you give your prediction, we gotta tell people to go to your YouTube channel, man. Culinary Fighter on YouTube, man. We not gonna give it to them yet because I want to go through a checklist. Because I want to go through a checklist with you because people been saying Errol Spence is better at this, Shawn Porter is better at this, and I think you're the only person that can really answer these questions. So I'm gonna ask you.
Well, you know what? I guess I'm also one of the only persons, one of the only fighters that never been cut and never bled in a fight.
Wow.
Look at all my fights.
Wow.
And I'm a guy that pushes the action. And
you walk forward. You walk forward. You definitely walk forward.
And go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish, please. Okay.
Repeat that?
No, I would say in terms of athleticism, who's the better athlete? Who has more athleticism, Errol or Shawn?
Errol.
In terms of power, who has more power?
That's a good question. I'm gonna have to say Errol.
Okay.
Because he did drop me. But if you see, I did finish the fight on my feet. The referee waved the fight.
Okay.
Body shot. Let's take a look like this. Who hits harder to the body? Is Errol. Who hits harder to the head? I felt Shawn's punch is harder to the head. How about that? That's what it was. And you have to. And here's the thing that boxing fans need to understand. The way I receive someone's punch is different the way you receive someone's punch.
Gotcha.
You know, it's like everyone has their own temperature. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there's a general ship on how hard he hits, but you know, for example, the some fighter, man, there's something about that short guy. He hits me, it's hard, and then the same guy is like, oh no, he doesn't hit hard. But meanwhile, the other guy, you know, some other guy might fight. There's not a big puncher. I mean, he might just have his number in order to catch him properly. You know what I mean? So different fighters. It's like food. How about that? This is the best way I could put. This is the best.
from an Italian, right? It's the best place, right? Go ahead.
This is the best way I can describe power.
Sure, Phil.
Everybody tastes food differently in their mouth. Right? What's your favorite food, for example?
Right now, ribeye.
Okay. I like filet mignon. So if you put ribeye in my mouth, and I put filet mignon in your mouth, are you gonna taste the way I taste filet mignon? Probably not.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not.
You're right. But overall, there's a generalship of you know, you're gonna tell me, you know what? Damn, this filet mignon tastes good, but I like this one better. So there's a general understanding of it that the filet mignon is it's as if I'm saying, okay, here's here's pork meat. You'd say, you know what? No, pork meat not so good. I prefer filet mignon better. So power is like food. Let's just say.
Okay.
You know, if you really want to get technical about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
IQ. Who's the smartest in the ring?
Who's the smartest in the ring? I'm gonna have to say. Well, it depends on what scenario you put them in. You gotta put them in. You know what I mean? What scenarios are they in?
Well, if who comes in with the most intelligent game plan? Not corner, just in terms of how to win a fight the most efficient way. Who would win the fight the most efficient way is probably the definition of IQ, and to take advantage of your weaknesses.
Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter.
Okay.
He'll follow the game plan. Actually, you know, it's funny. His father, he said, he was interviewed. He's like, you know, when do you think was Shawn Porter's best performance? He goes, when he fought Phil Greco. He said it. He goes, he followed the game plan down to a T. Okay. So, because it was a crossroads fight between him and I.
It was. I watched it. Showbox, right? Was that Showbox?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that years ago. I remember all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe if you put Shawn against his back, on his back against the wall, and he has to follow instructions, he'll follow them to a T.
How about?
So yeah.
How about technical skills?
Technical skills, I'm gonna give it to Errol Spence.
Yeah, I remember.
He throws everything from the way you're supposed to.
How about corner? And if you had your next fight, what corner would you want? Would you want Derek James as your trainer, or would you want Kenny Porter as your trainer?
You know what's funny? That on my last fight, I was advised to go to Vegas and ask Kenny to train me for the American fight.
Oh, wow.
And I decided to go another direction. I kind of regret it. Would have it changed the outcome? I don't know. Like I said, I was suffering post-concussion syndrome.
Okay.
I could get hit with a plastic cup, and you could fall down. So, but I think father and son combo, they have a lot of history together. They're you got the father who's emotional, how he wants his sons to do things. You got Shawn, who's humble and quiet and listens. On the other side, you have two professionals, where Derek James and Errol Spence, they just talk to each other. They're not yelling, they're not screaming. It's like, an office job. Okay, this is what's going on, do this XYZ. And Errol picks it up. It was okay, cool. So, two different things. On the other corner, you have two professionals. So think of it as if two people working on a high-end corporate job. Get this done. This is the job you got to do. And then on the other side, you got an emotional trainer who speaks to someone with a lot of emotions. That's his way, I guess, how he pumps them up. It's been working this far, so keep going. And you have Shawn, who's just the operator.
Gotcha. So you got to fight Danny Garcia December 15th. You got 5 months to train for the fight. Who you taking, Derek James or Kenny Porter?
Derek James. I would pick Kenny for me because I'm an emotional guy myself.
He'll pull it out of you, right? You think he'll pull it out of you? Okay, that's fair.
I'm an emotional guy. I'm Italian, man. I talk with my hands. I talk with my emotions. I try to control my emotions most times. But yeah, probably I'll go with Mr. Ken. And plus, he studied me to a T and how to beat me.
So he knows your. So he really knows your strengths and weaknesses.
Of course.
Okay.
100%.
Now, if you can add, before I get your prediction, if a fighter can add one thing to their game to make it uncomfortable for Shawn Porter, it would be what?
To make it uncomfortable for Shawn Porter?
If you can add one thing today, you got to add one thing. You would tell a fighter to add what to his game?
Go downstairs.
Go downstairs. And the same question for Errol Spence.
Make it dirty like I was in the first round. It was very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So let me tell you something. Shawn, if Shawn follows the blueprint of making it dirty, as if when he fought Andre Berto, for example, he made it dirty. Completely dirty. And he stopped Andre Berto. So Errol Spence, don't make him. It's not don't make him get comfortable. Don't make him do what he wants to. Get dirty. Like when I went to fight Errol Spence, I'm like, fuck it. I got no game plan. Let's go street fight. That was my mentality. Let's go street fight.
You didn't have enough time for a game. I know. I'm sure you watched one fight on YouTube or something like that. But outside of that,
no, I said let's just go street fight.
Wow.
Man. Whatever happens, happens. I don't care. The real people will probably be understanding of what I went through in the last 2 days. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how it went. So it is what it is. 4 years went by since that fight happened. He's accomplished a lot.
Sure.
He's a pay-per-view star. He's doing great. How can I not? He gave me an opportunity as well to fight on NBC Live, and I can't say nothing wrong with these guys. But here's what I'm doing, and for my YouTube channel. I'm doing something outside the box. I don't want to compete with barbershop conversations. I don't want to compete with the other guys. You guys do what you do. I do what I do.
Sure.
I'm doing a podcast.
Okay.
But this podcast is going to be nothing like you've seen. It's going to be a live podcast where I'm dedicating this one to the fans, because the fans have a voice. And the twist is I'm going to have fans calling on the show. They're going to call in. We're going to talk about all the topics. I'm going to unleash the real truth that I see from a boxer standpoint into the fans' reality. Culinary Fighter, I'm also doing the episodes. Those episodes are going to start. I'm going to start my first one probably at the end of the month. But I'm doing everything, a lot of the stuff. I'm doing a podcast, a high-end, well-produced podcast for the fans, because the fans don't have a voice. They're gonna comment on your channel. Some people might read it, some people might not. But what if we get the average fan to call on my show and try to get their input on how they see boxing? Maybe they can learn from us a little better on understanding this sport.
Okay. Well, make sure you call me before so we can promote it too, or shoot me a text and remind me to.
Well, you're gonna be on it too.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
We're gonna reverse the roles. I'm gonna reverse the roles.
Interview me. I actually love being interviewed. I love it. Love it. So, you have no idea how much I love being interviewed. I wish people would call me more and say, "Hey, Fred, I need you to do an interview." I would, man. Come on, man. Please interview me.
The one thing I'll say is that you do have a lot of boxing knowledge. In respect to some, I respect your opinion on how you see things going on in boxing. Do I agree with all YouTubers? Probably not. Do I respect what they're doing? Absolutely yes. Because we need more. In order for the sport to grow, we need more like you. We need probably more like me, what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
It's not in the boxing. No, it's not even in the fight game. No one. You'll see the content that I'm doing. You'll be like, okay, this guy wasn't bullshit. Nobody in the fight game has this type of podcast. Nobody has this type of. It's like high end. I'm not using. I'm doing it right. That's all I can say. I'm doing it right.
We're looking forward to it.
It's deserving for boxing. Whether it goes far or not, I don't know. I hope the fans appreciate it. I think they will. But the Culinary Fighter show is gonna pick up again. I possibly have a couple of networks interested in the show.
Dope.
Yeah.
And we're gonna pump that joint up too. Now, you used a buzzword. You said dirty. Shawn has to make it dirty. Fans going to be like, hold the fuck up. You want this motherfucker to headbutt, throw elbows, fight, claw, bite. Define dirty.
dirty. Don't let him hold you. Put him in uncomfortable situations. Don't let him don't fight at his pace. Fight at your own pace.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Show him things that he's never seen before. Show him angles he's never seen before. Show him punches he's never seen before. Get him close. You know what I mean? Don't just make it a walk in the park type of fight.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever walks the nicest wins the fight. No. Make it dirty. It's not about elbows. It's not about headbutts. It's not about biting ears. It's about fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Go nuts. Just go nuts for 12 rounds. Make it as exciting, as dirty as possible, without, legally dirty as possible.
Sure.
Let's not get it twisted because the fans will go ahead and say, "Oh, Phil said this to make it dirty." No, make it dirty. Make it dirty means a couple things. Could mean many things. But a nice slugfest. When it's a nice dirty slugfest, two people bleeding. They're bleeding out of their ears. They're bleeding out of their eyes. Everywhere. It's a dirty fight. It's a great fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also make it very uncomfortable because Shawn, when I fought Shawn, he made it uncomfortable for me.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, he beat me, and he went further than I did, and I congratulate him. Congratulate them both.
Dope. Now, drum roll, culinary fighter. Give your breakdown as to how the fight goes and your prediction, as clear and concise as you can. And two, you need to be on the broadcast for this fight. You need to call Sam. I'll double up and call Sam too. I'll call Sam. You call Sam, and we'll do our best to get you on something as it relates to breaking down this fight. You know what I mean? On Fox. Maybe they bring you in.
I would love it. I would love it. Just give me the opportunity once to get.
I'll call Sam on Monday because he gets back tomorrow. He goes to church tomorrow. So tomorrow's Sunday, right? And then he goes to church every Sunday with his mom. No matter where he's at, he shows up at 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday to go to church with his mom. So I'll call him Monday, and you call him Monday, and we'll.
I'll give him a call.
Mm-hmm.
I think, but once they see my podcast and I'm behind the mic, I think people will appreciate my input in boxing.
Sure.
So
break down the fight. Break down the fight. Shawn Porter versus Errol Spence, September 28th. Goes like. Break it down.
All right, goes like this. Number one, Mr. Barbershop Conversation. I'm gonna ask you this.
Yes.
What are the odds?
I have it.
You know the odds?
I don't know what they are, but I have it a 70-30 fight.
You have it a 70-30 fight? But if I were to bet on the odds, it's funny. Let me check right now because I do know. Actually, I got banned from betting on boxing. You know that?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad. See, you're famous. I'm not. I've made a lot of money the past 3 or 4 years betting on boxing. I've only missed 3 fights in 3 years.
And you know what? You know what's a good? You know what? We know where it's good odds. I'm gonna bet $20, even $30.
Mm-hmm.
Bet on Jean Pascal and bet on Ariola. Those two guys win. The odds are 110 to 1. Bet $20, you make $22,000. Not bad. And they're good fighters. Chris Ariola,
I think has Chris Ariola definitely.
Jean Pascal, he's been a champion before. He knows Marcus Brown very well. He's a 10 to 1 underdog.
Mm-hmm.
I will bet $20. I will make it a ticket, a 2-fight ticket, and give it a shot.
I would definitely bet my lunch on Chris Ariola. I wouldn't predict him to win, but I would bet my lunch. You understand what I'm saying? I would definitely do that.
Here's the thing, though. Boxing's all mental. Number one, and the fact that he's now seen a Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. Don't you think this guy's pumped up? He's like, fuck, if he can do it, I can do it too.
Mm-hmm.
If he won and he knocked out the heavyweight champion of the world when everybody said he couldn't, why can't I? It's all mental, bro. I'm telling you. So let's see right now. Let's see what the odds are. The fight is on September 28th.
Mm-hmm.
Odds are not there. So I'm going to say odds probably 3 to 1 odds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in boxing, it's very simple. If you want to bet, always bet on the favorite, number one. Most of the times, mostly favorite. Well, yeah, you don't get a lot of money, but then again, who's going to give you 10, 20% of your money overnight? You're a money guy. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
So Here's what's going to happen in the fight. Shawn Porter is going to come out blazing, trying to make it uncomfortable for Mr. Spence.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Spence is going to be very patient and trying to figure it out exactly how to go from there. I see Errol Spence not taking my advice because he knows his boxing as well, but he's going to go downstairs to the body. He's going to, as Shawn Porter charges in, Errol Spence bends down, 2 uppercuts to the body. Boom, boom. Watch the bully slow down.
Mm-hmm.
From there, Shawn Porter does not get knocked out. He's got a chin. Errol Spence does not get knocked out. He's got a chin. The only way Shawn Porter gets stopped, possibly, is to the body. Remember I said this, guys. Short guys do not like it to the body.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think it's the tall, skinny guy. The tall, skinny guy is already used to getting shots to the body from the shorter guy. It's the shorter guy, number one, that's never been used to getting those shots to the body. It's like, oh, this feels different. Just like myself, when I was shorter fighting Spence, he went downstairs. And I'm like, fuck, why you bugging me down there? Just go upstairs.
Sure.
So that's number one thing. I see a good fight, but I see a fight where Errol Spence is going to shine.
Mm-hmm.
Because how can you go wrong with a guy that's undefeated, a guy that went to England, beat the shit out of Kell Brook, right?
Yeah.
He's mentally there.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, you can't go wrong with someone that's undefeated, unfortunately. Or fortunately. So I'm going to pick Errol Spence by decision.
Why were you hesitant on decision versus TKO?
Because Shawn Porter knows if he's in trouble and he knows he's got a hold, or you know, he knows what he has to do to kill the time.
Mm-hmm. When does
you guys don't see it, but he's proved it to me many times.
Uh-huh. When do you so do you have it by a big unanimous decision, like Shawn Porter is beat up, or just a points decision?
If Errol Spence, now remember this, if Errol Spence does not have any weight issues, possibly it could be not a bad beating, but a good beating.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If Shawn Porter, I see Shawn Porter having the edge. If Errol Spence is really struggling and underestimating Shawn Porter, I could see Shawn Porter also doing very well. Mm-hmm. But again, Shawn Porter hasn't fought many softballs, has he? When was the time he fought a softball?
Devin Alexander, right? Is Devin softball?
Yes, he did. That was he did a hell of a fight with Darren.
He won. He won the IBF strap. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did. I actually saw the fight live. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
That was the same year that I fought Shawn Porter. Because it was the fight right after, I believe. Okay. So, you see how he made it uncomfortable for Devin Alexander?
Very uncomfortable. Yeah.
So expect Shawn to do the same.
Okay.
It's a toss-up fight, probably, but I'm gonna give the edge to Errol Spence only because he's been perfect the whole time. So you never go wrong, you never go against someone when someone especially has been boxing perfect in this past recent years. What flaw did you catch from Errol Spence? I haven't caught one. I've caught a couple with Shawn Porter, but not with Errol Spence. Wow. I can't say he does this wrong and he does, like, Shawn Porter, good fighter for sure, but Errol Spence is heading the way of being a special fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's levels to this game for sure. There's levels, but if Errol Spence continues the way he's going, how could you say that Shawn Porter is going to beat him?
Gotcha. Just
Right?
having common sense, right? Just on a common sense wavelength, right?
I'm going by based on common sense. He's never
Mm-hmm.
lost before. Yeah, I haven't seen no flaw. I was skeptic at first about his chin, but when I seen him take great punches to the butt, to the head by Carol Brook and kill him punch,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, this guy's the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
He is the real deal. And here's another fun fact. Here's why I say, Shawn, make it dirty.